You're going to be faced with smoke. The smell is going to be there. If the smell creates the craving, then I know that biologically you haven't made the adjustment. But I like to test my work. And I know that at this moment that, do you feel the craving?
No.
Okay, that's the test of things. The test of things is, since we stopped, you haven't been rubbing your fingers. That's the test. The test is that the minute you start to touch your fingers like that, you have to remind yourself to look down. It starts with touching, the next thing you know is eating. You could eat all the way up to the knuckles. But you see, hey, why fool around? That's my thing. The thing is you need to begin to now practice by taking the good feeling, all right, take that good feeling, spin it way up, and put your hands out like this and just let them feel good, right? And it's not the end of your fingers. You want to feel the knuckles, you want to feel your arms, you want to feel your shoulder. You want to check to make sure all of your body feels good, because you're going to need the whole thing for years and years to come. Because if you can make yourself feel good all over, then these kinds of habits are very easy to break. If you keep in your mind the image of what you want for yourself, what it is that you desire. Because if you're going to have a child, you're probably going to want to live a long time. I know before I had kids, I was planning to live like another 20 minutes, I was riding motorcycles and climbing mountains. And as soon as you have a kid, you start going, well, maybe I'll take the bus. The buses are big, and you start planning ahead, you start saving money, you start thinking about things. You start thinking about things I never thought I'd think, and then you start saying things you never thought you'd say. I said things, and I went, God, I sound like my parents. But there's a reason parents tell kids things, and one of the words that you'll learn very, very quickly is the word no. Because even though kids don't necessarily speak language, that sound, universal in every language all over the world. When kids start to do something they're not supposed to, adults go. So when you find your hands going together, you need a little voice inside your head that goes no. So that you begin to relax and then concentrate, at least for the next few days, on realizing that's just one good feeling. Imagine how many other good feelings there are. And if you can spin it up and move it out your hands and up there and down to your feet, make yourself feel really good. If each time you start to engage in old compulsive behavior, you replace it with a good feeling, then what will happen is you'll just end up with a compulsion to start feeling good for the rest of your life. So anyway, I'd like to thank both of you.
Thank you.
You did beautifully.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
And thank those of you who are watching this. I hope this gives you an idea, because I have a very strong belief that most people who go through too much therapy to try and change things, that it's not in people's childhoods, it's in the neurosynaptic connections, the automatic things, that even when I said hello, see how the hand comes up by itself? Having some of those is good, but having one that goes like this, maybe not the thing you want to do. You want to take these home?
No, I don't want to.
Okay, well, keep in mind that everybody else on the planet isn't going to be ready for this. So I always tell my clients a simple thing. If people say, well, because they like to give you these hypnotic commands, they go, so have you been biting your hands? And then suddenly you go, I don't know, I haven't been. They start to say things, they go, well, so do you feel like smoking? You have to be prepared. The world is going to try and hypnotize you back into your old behavior. I always decided it was a good idea to suddenly look at them and go, no, actually last night Jesus came to me and said, you shouldn't talk to me about this. He mentioned you by name. That always shuts them up. So I'd like to thank both of you for coming here, and I'd like to thank you as well and say goodbye. So how was that for you guys?
That was very good. I enjoyed that enormously. I don't think I'll be